funny, damn it.
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is not much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiba grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Hey, Marcel.
Hey, what?
Can you pull up that video for me, please? Or did I already do it? I already did it. Okay, let's watch this. I was hoping she would be here, but let's watch another video from our very own Mary Jane.
You know my favorite thing about being an adult? Nobody telling you that you can't rollerblade in the house.
We'll talk to her about that later.
Shit. That's awesome. Leave it to her. So, yeah, I'm telling her she should not be rollerblading in the house. She should not be rollerblading at all.
Well, I think she was just trying to prove a point.
Yeah, I think she did.
Yeah. So what's up,
Good
guys?
educational video.
What's up? Hi, Hillary. Hello, people.
Hello,
persons.
Internet
They're
people.
not peoples, they're persons.
Persons. Sorry, I'm sorry. Hello, persons. Those persons. I wonder if Don Cherry had said, was it Don Cherry?
It was Don Cherry.
Had said those persons instead of those people, if he'd still be working. Although, you know, I hear his podcast is very successful. I've never watched it. I'm not a hockey guy, but
I think the firing them did him a world of good, actually.
Well, you know, there's a few people that Canadians have grown up with that have left their positions that we grew up with them in, that have gone to the internet, and they're not doing that bad. Like, you know, Humble and Fred. You've heard of Humble and Fred, Darcy?
No,
Marcel?
I haven't.
Humble and Fred was a team here in Toronto on CFNY, I think, which is an alternative station. And they were around for years and years and years. Scruff Connors started on Q107. He started the Morning Zoo there with Derringer, who still does Derringer in the morning. And, yeah, so... And then, of course, there's Rick Dees. What are you doing, Darcy?
I was looking for my razor blade.
Why? Don't do it, Darcy.
Think it was slit in your throat?
I gotta clean my scissors. They're so gummed up that I can't even trim nothing else
Thought
anymore.
he was going to get rid of the wife. Hey, Marcel.
That's why you have alcohol.
Yeah, I'm going to get some.
Let's talk about this National Collegiate Athletic Association.
I want to talk about something else first.
Okay. So I have it in front of me, that's why.
Excuse me. I'll get it out. It's
Coughing
not
in his mic.
COVID. It's not COVID.
No. Hey, Darcy, how you feeling? You feeling better? Oh, he can't hear us. He's in the kitchen.
No. Have you ever heard of the company called Curaleaf?
I think so.
All right. So a lot has come out in the last week or two, especially with the Russian invasion into Ukraine and them wanting to cut. Everybody wants to cut Russia off from the rest of the world.
Not everybody, but yeah, okay.
Well, no, the media and the politicians, except for when it actually benefits the politicians or the media.
Anyway.
Of most of the cannabis that's going through the legal medical regulations in the U.S. is being distributed through Curaleaf. And Curaleaf is owned by a Russian-American businessman. So now people have this bright idea that they should boycott this guy's businesses as well. But I don't think this would be a good idea. because of the hold that he has on the cannabis industry, I think it would be detrimental to the patients to do that. Just let things be. Just as a little friendly reminder out there. Just because it's like these restaurants that have been pulling their changing their menus and stuff like that. A restaurant in Quebec pulled poutine off the menu.
Yeah, they've called it something else. I can't remember what they called it.
Well, call it fucking fries, cheese, and gravy because that's what it is.
Oh, it's so good.
I know. It's what my wife had for supper tonight.
Poutine is actually,
Yeah.
having
There's an
trouble
issue with LinkedIn.
on LinkedIn. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you share it on Facebook yet?
That's what I'm just doing.
Cool.
Yep. I just did the thingy here. I got it right here.
Yeah, so even though Boris Jordan owns a big chunky curaleaf, that's not a reason to stop patients from having access to the cannabis.
That is, it's going to affect us regardless of what happens at this point, unfortunately.
At least gas is going down a little bit tonight.
15 cents or so, yeah.
No, it went down 15 cents in New Brunswick last night. It's going down, they say, less than 5 tonight here.
It went from almost 190. It was like 186.9, something like that. It's now at 174 here in Toronto, where I go anyways.
I got to go and see how much I got. It might be worth a trip to Moncton Costco.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might. I'm thinking I might have to go up to Alderville, even though I'm hearing it's like 129 up there now. So, but that's still 50 cents a liter for fuck's sake. Right, so.
Yeah, definitely.
You're smacking your lips today, buddy.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Dry.
So, anyways,
it might have been due to the unknown edibles.
Unknown edibles. Okay.
Only unknown because I don't know how much is in them, but they're strong.
Yeah, like my unknown edibles.
Yeah, well, these ones are really good too.
Lenny won't be joining us tonight because he's in Cuba.
Yeah, we're not even going to discuss that because that's just wrong. I hope it fucking snows.
I hope it snows. Lenny, Lenny.
I don't know where Mary Jane is.
He should put us on. He should put us on down there so then all the Cubans can listen in.
He's only got 1 hour of internet a day.
I wonder if Justin Castro has pulled down there too.
And it's shit internet, he says.
Well, I'm tagging him in our video anyways.
So let's go to what Al was jumping on beforehand about the NCAA relaxing their drug testing policies for cannabis.
What does that actually mean? Now, this is in the U.S., right? Or is this...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, NCAA is the National Collegiate Athletic Association, so it's your university sports. It's
your guardian body of sports in colleges and universities, basically.
Right, and it's probably the level that actually has more spectators, I think, than the NFL.
They have something to do with the Olympic sports as well, I think, don't they?
I don't know.
Oh.
But
it's amateur. It's not professional.
Right.
They're the ones that get drafted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what they've done is they've updated their rules, which have basically already been enacted in the NBA, the MLB, and NFL, which relaxed cannabis testing. But the NCAA was a holdout. So now they've relaxed that.
Relaxed it, meaning they're not going to bring it up anymore, or?
Well, here's how it is. Changes to the NCAA's policy include increasing the threshold of THC that must be present in an athlete's body in order to trigger a positive test result so that it's consistent with what the World Anti-Doping Agency from 35 ng per milliliter to 150 ng, so almost 5 times. So they've increased level by 5 times. The punishment for a positive drug test for THC was also heavily relaxed, with the possibility of suspension being deferred from the first positive test to the second, and the length of suspension being decreased from 50% of the season to 25%. So, I mean, as long as they're not doing bong hits before they get drug tested, they're probably going to be okay. Or eating edibles the day before might.
Well, that's gonna suck for the snowboarding and skiing guys, because
Well, I mean, that goes back to the Olympics and their respective sports organizations. They've already proven that cannabis is not a performance-enhancing drug. So then it's really up to the athlete's personal choice what they do in their free time.
Yeah.
Right? Now, for somebody like me, I'll say that cannabis is a performance-enhancing agent.
It depends on the strain.
Without it, I don't move around.
Yeah, it depends on the strain for me, though, because there's some strains that just knock me out. Right now, I've got some Durban poison, and it's making me sleepy, but that's just because I got hash with it as well. So.
Oh, okay, hash with it.
Yeah.
I was going to say Durban poison. That's one that's usually a sativa. So.
Yes, it is, but you mix it with hash, and it turns into something like nighty night.
It turns into let's coach lock Al.
Yeah.
There it is.
I
found it.
What'd you find?
The show that I can share. So I could share the show.
Yeah. So I forgot we were doing a show. Okay. I'm going to go.
Al,
yes.
we're doing a show.
We're doing a show. Yeah. I know. I realize that now. I'm copying that. I'm just saying hello to all our listeners. Where our stream goes. Hello, listeners. Hello, all. Speak up. Tell us where you're listening from and stuff like that. If you want to join us, let us know. We'll post our... it's right there on our screen.
Wow.
Wow.
Is this like...
What?
So Rod Stewart's wife...
is a cop now.
Is a special constable.
Yeah. Auxiliary police.
In London, England.
Yes.
And she made her first arrest.
Yes.
And it was for cannabis.
Yes.
Well, that's not a fucking hero.
No. That's Rod Stewart's wife.
That's not even a claim to fame. What a good way to become hated.
What a bitch. Come on, say it.
What a bitch.
Say it. Come on, say it.
Yeah,
what an bitch.
Penny Lancaster, you're the bitch of the week. Yeah, I didn't like her.
That's our new review sound. Didn't like it. I found a couple of more this hour's have 22 minutes videos that we're going to watch this evening later on.
So,
as well.
There is a little thing here that Al shared earlier this week, and it says the 6 most popular cannabis consumption methods.
Yeah.
And there's 7.
And there's 7.
And there's 7. Because they have smoking. Without a doubt, the most popular and arguably the oldest way people ingest cannabis.
Well, I would. That's probably the first way that people started ingesting it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe as a herb.
Yeah, it could have been eaten first. Found out it was pretty spicy on the tongue, so.
Let's smoke it. See what happens.
Let's see what happens when we light this. Oh wait, when we light this on fire, I see
remember
dragons.
the first time I baked with cannabis. We ground up a whole bunch of leaf and tiny little buds, and then we used that as flour. It was
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Marcel, you
Yeah.
did not sound convincing on that one.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, smoking. And that would be with bongs, pipes, anything like that would all be considered smoking. Then there is vaping, which is literally that. You're inhaling vapors. You're only heating the cannabis up to the point of vaporization, so that the cannabinoids are basically in a fog that you inhale. Not smoking because you're not burning the plant matter. Has a totally different effect than smoking. Edibles, yeah, they hit you harder. Why do they hit you harder, Darcy?
Because it turns, once it gets into your stomach, it goes into the liver and turns to hydroxy 11, which is 10 times, I don't know if it's 10 times, but it's stronger than THC.
100 times.
Yeah.
Claim to be 100 times. This is why when you smoke cannabis or you vape cannabis, if you vape cannabis, you might get relief for an hour, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. Smoking, maybe 2 hours. Edibles, anywhere from 4 to 8, sometimes 12, depending on how much you ate. Don't be a pig.
Yeah.
Tinctures. And
I like
tinctures.
I like tinctures.
Tinctures are the same as edibles, but it's a matter of semantics, I guess. A tincture would be an alcohol base. An emulsion.
Yeah, I've heard this
would
argument
be an
before.
Oil base.
Yes.
Right. So when somebody says tincture, I usually have to ask them, what's it made with?
I like
because there's a big difference between alcohol and olive oil.
I like the vegetable glycerin. That's what I use. So.
Yeah, but vegetable glycerin isn't a lipid the same. So you get a better activation with the lipids because you've got to find the lipids in your bloodstream to attach to.
This is why I always tell people, well, I don't drink milk, but if you drink milk, that's why I always tell people
butter.
to have
I guess butter is the best way to go, eh?
I have a big glass of whole milk with after you eat your edible.
Yeah.
Because it's more fat content.
Fat content will stick to it, right?
It'll mix it. Okay, I get you.
That's why
not mix it. It's the cannabinoid
attaches.
It attaches it and carries it, not mixes it.
To the lipid, and that gets carried in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
That's why at nighttime, after I smoke and eat my edibles and stuff, if I eat a chocolate bar or say a cookie or a couple cookies, 20 minutes after that, I'm high as fuck. And that's
sorry, go ahead.
No, and my understanding always was it's because now there's more fat in there, so they can those little molecules can stick and carry it better.
And that makes sense. Yeah.
Al, look.
Topicals.
Yeah. Oh, nice. What's that?
Dry ice.
Oh.
Go ahead, Marcel.
Topicals are another one that are used quite a bit. Topicals are topicals. There's right ones and there's wrong ones. There's good ways to make them work. In most cases, you're not going to get high off of topicals, although in very large doses, as some people have found out, it is possible, and would also explain the visions that Jesus had when he was covered in his holy anointing oil, which was made from cannabis blossoms and olive oil and frankincense and a few other ones.
So I don't want to piss off any religious people out there right now, but maybe he did. Maybe Jesus didn't see the God he thought he seen. Maybe he was just really, really, really high.
Yeah, really
high.
Really
high.
And then he wrote a book.
No, he didn't write the book.
He didn't write the Bible. I thought he wrote the Bible.
No, not one section of the Bible is written by him. Oh. But there's a lot of sections that are written about him where he was the only person there without any witnesses. So it kind of leads one to question the validity.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Maybe he was just really high.
I'm really upset that we're not on LinkedIn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hurt my feelings.
Dabbing.
Dabbing can't do anymore.
Now, dabbing, I would put
Shattering.
dabbing down as a combination of vaping and smoking at the same time. Agree, Darcy?
Yes.
Because
depending on how hot your nail is.
Yeah, and how much you're inhaling in one go.
Well, this is the other thing too.
Because dabbing is essentially putting your concentrate onto something very hot and letting the vapor and smoke, because it's both really, get absorbed. And it again has a different feeling.
Whole totally different high.
Some of the products that you're dabbing could be questionable.
Rosin.
Well, yeah, it could be rosin, but it could be shatter. And shatter's all right if it's clean shatter, but the problem is if it sparkles, it's not clean shatter. So
I don't
all
think
the solvent out.
To be honest with you, I don't think there's very much shatter on the market that's out there that's not on the legal side that I would actually consume, and it'd be likely iffy with some of that stuff that's on the legal market too.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of shatter. I've seen too much sparkly shatters.
Well, no, I just don't like the thought that I got to use fucking lighter fluid.
I'm quite happy squishing my own rosin, and
that's where I'm at, Al.
Really, it's your cleanest concentrate.
Well, you know what? I go out and buy an ounce. I'll take 4 or 5 grams out of that, and I'll squish it, and that literally gives me enough squishy, as I call it, for my shatterizer for a couple of weeks.
Hey, you should start when you're up there at Alderville. You should see what they want for 10 grams of Kefal.
Oh, and squish it.
Because that, if you squish that, and I'll tell you, I'll send you the temperatures. But if you squish that at a certain temperature at 5 ton, you should get anywhere between 60 and 80% return.
I have some in the freezer that I was going to use for hash. I could do that, I guess.
That's what I do. So all this stuff that I'm trimming right now,
it'd be easier than making hash. That's for sure.
Yeah, like, see all that I'm trimming?
Yep.
It's all super, super, super sticky fucking trim.
Well, that's what this bag was. All of my trim put into a bag that I had, and I've gone through it and picked out the buds and all that. You know how you do.
Yeah, but this will go in the freezer tonight. This trim will.
Yeah. And
tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'll sift it through my my 160 bag. My hash bag.
Yeah.
And then I'll take that keef, and that's what I'll press. Then I'll take this stuff out and I'll
press
still make
it
hash.
as well.
Oh no, I'll still make hash with it, and then press that hash. Because I'm not getting it all off by shaking it, right?
I think that the best way would be to shake it and then squish it.
I mean, you can also squish it afterwards. Yeah. I just run it through my machine, so my hash machine.
I don't have a block yet, a block maker thingy yet, so a cube.
Oh, you need a pre-press.
Yeah, I need one of those still. So, and I'm not using bags or
Yeah. Now, if you're squishing your rosin now, you will need or squishing your keef, you will need a bag.
Yep.
And and I recommend using a
tea bag.
No, a 73 micron rosin bag.
Those are expensive, buddy.
You can get. Actually, you can pick up 40 of them online for $16.
Oh, that's not so bad.
On Amazon and have them shipped to your door in 2 days. That's what I do.
That's actually not a bad deal.
No, it's not.
All right, so listen, there was our 6 ways to consume, and what was the 7th one they missed?
Rectal.
Right, suppositories.
Well, that's new also. When was this written? This article is new. From the Cannabis Law Report. No, it's not new, no. But it's new to the public view, right?
The article is.
That's what I mean. Is it an older article or is it a newer article? Is what I'm getting at. I can't tell. There's no date on it yet. So, who knows?
Who knows?
But again, not everybody's going to go around and shove it up their ass.
No, I get a lot of resistance from cancer patients that are like, no, I'd rather just take chemo. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I can literally help you, and I can say this confidently. I can literally help you, and this is all you have to do. Yes, it's your asshole, but guess what? It's either stick something up your asshole or die. Well, if you made peace with the world and you want to go that way, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I would try.
But Al, they wouldn't have showed up at my door if that was the case.
Fair enough. Did you see? There's 3 articles that I posted, Marcel, all about shroomies or Zoomers, as they're calling them now. We've got. Let's see here. We've got UK ministers are trying to reclassify psilocybin.
That was my next one I was going to.
Yeah. And then Rhode Island are basically considering it. It's all the same thing. And then Oklahoma has passed a decriminalization bill.
Oklahoma lately has been doing a lot with like illegal drugs. Well, I shouldn't say illegal drugs, but
they're not going to be illegal for much longer.
I know, but like cannabis, like with cannabis and psilocybin lately, because they also got they just passed a medical cannabis law down there not too long ago, I think.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm sure Marcel saw the article. Health Canada is taking a step backwards now. They want to think about it. They want more research. So they're backing.
No, they want to figure out how they can tax it and make money.
Okay, but they are backing off on allowing people to be licensed for psilocybin in Canada at the moment.
Yeah.
They're backing off now. Now I know that Alison Meriden has gotten her Section 56 for use of it, and I think there's a couple of other people.
And there's a few people. There are a few facilities that are applying for Section 56 to produce it.
Yes, yeah, and I guess we should have Jack on. We haven't had him on in a while. See what's new.
Yeah. So while Oklahoma has passed it, it's still up to their Senate.
Okay.
So it's just their House has passed
halfway
it.
there.
Yeah, their Senate has to agree, and then they're going to have to figure out how they can do it. So what they're doing is they're looking at decriminalizing the possession of up to 1.5 ounces of psilocybin. Instead of jail time, those found with possession would only face a $400 fine. Yeah, you would just get a fine if you have more than 1.5 ounces.
Did they any mention on how much the fine is?
$400.
$400, not $420. That's funny.
No, $400 while it's mushrooms. I mean, it's better than going to jail.
The chance of getting caught with mushrooms, unless you're doing something stupid or selling them, I got a jar sitting in the open. Anybody who comes over sees it. It's just sitting there, not hiding it. I use mushrooms weekly.
And you're in your own home, so why should you have to hide it?
Right. Do you hide your cannabis?
No, most people do, though. Most people put it away. When the kids are around, then yes. I mean,
obviously.
But I have one area where I keep all my stuff. David or Emily, they have never touched it. I mean, although Emily's 18 now, she can do whatever she wants. David turns 16 next week. So, I mean, we're out of that, I got to watch what the kids see stage, Thank God.
Well, what's happening? Oh, in England. Their drug reformers and leading psychiatrists are urging the ministers to reclass psilocybin so that researchers can explore its potential as a medicine.
So same thing we're doing here.
Yeah, same idea. There's so many benefits to using it for so many different conditions. And I mean, while it's great that it's awesome for PTSD and anxiety, it's also extremely beneficial for cancer patients or anybody that's experiencing a lot of chronic pain.
Yeah, well, if you take enough.
Yeah.
Now, so how much do you need as far as chronic pain goes? Like the pain that I have, if I wanted to abolish that, how much do I need to take? I mean, I'm up to 0.2 of a gram. I guess that
every day.
No. When I need it. When I need it.
Right. Then that would be a good treatment for anxiety and depression and things like that.
Well, that's what I'm using it for.
Right. But you said for pain.
Yeah. So for pain, what do I need?
You'd have to work up your dose to find out.
And just when the pain stops.
Very likely. Yep. So, and it's kind of like cannabis.
Is it going to be enough that I'm going to be fucking tripping balls all the time?
You could be until you get
used to it.
Until you get used to it and your body metabolizes.
So you do plateau on as well with mushrooms as well?
Sure. Because you can plateau on anything.
I've seen stuff, video diaries and stuff like that, where people are going 6 months without having to dose again.
Yeah.
Or even years in some case. I mean, I literally, if I'm starting to feel that sinking feeling, I'll have some mushrooms. It could be every day. It could be twice a day. It just depends on what's going on. Is that RPN? Is that what it's called? RPN? Something
RPN.
Like that? Yeah, on your own. Or
I forget what they
PRN, I think it was.
Yeah.
The pharmacist isn't here to answer that question today.
So, cannabis is an easy one. So, if I have a patient that has severe pain, chronic pain, say from multiple sclerosis or something like that, start them at a low enough dose, or start them at a low dose.
What is a low dose, though?
Somewhere around 3 milligrams THC.
Now you're talking
cannabis
oil or cannabis. Right. Smoking cannabis. Or inhaling?
Inhaling, ingesting.
Okay.
Start off low.
So basically 3 grams a day.
3 grams a day.
No?
I said 3 milligrams of THC.
Okay.
That's low dose.
Oh,
low dose. Start at a low dose to see how they feel.
That's just enough, Ouch, that 3 milligrams is enough to get you high.
My sister has started having gummies, and because her hips are starting to ache and stuff. She's getting older too, and but she won't smoke. She had a little bit. She's never liked the feeling of it, but she's moved to Alberta, and she's now, her boyfriend has her on she's found that about 22 milligrams is enough where she's not feeling anxiety from being stoned, because she doesn't like that feeling. Right. So these are THC gummies, where she was taking the CBD gummies, and they weren't helping, because you need it. That's just tells you right there, you need everything, right?
Right, but the THC gummies are also probably made of distillate, so she's still not getting everything.
Well, I keep telling her to make her own, but it's easier for her to just buy them.
Yeah, making your own, and actually, I've come up with something that I'm not going to tell anybody what it is yet, but it might be very advantageous for the home market.
There is a new machine. While you're humming, there's a new machine like the butter machine. I can't remember what it is called. I'm going to look it up here and see.
A new magic butter machine?
It's called.
What I was getting to is
called the butter brewer.
Okay, I think I've come up with a way to make a little homemade device that will improve the products that are coming out of those machines greatly.
Oh, cool.
But the home users that are with the home machines can make their own medicine. And it would be way more effective than what they're going to buy from the legal market, because distillate does not cut it.
Nope.
Okay, so this is the butter. I'm going to show it to you guys in our group. This is the butter brewer website. It's If anybody want to look, it's butterbrewer.com.
What are you smoking, Marcel?
It's an alternative to the magical butter machine.
What, Marcel?
I'm smoking some oil tonight.
Oh.
Because I ate the fudge.
Oh, okay.
Fudge. I need some fudge.
I never saved any of the hash I made last week, but I'll have to save some of this batch when I make it.
That was pretty rude of you.
No, I kind of got, I'll be honest, I got greedy and smoked it all. Dale got to try it. He really liked it, apparently. So.
You bastard.
It was, I'll tell you, it was one of the most flavorfulest hashes I've made.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, it was super flavorful. But then again, I kind of got greedy in the bong and smoked it all. But I'm making some more after I'm done trimming this stuff, so.
So this machine that I'm looking at is called a butter brewer, and I'm posting the URL.
I'm reading it here. So
it's a lot cheaper than the. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's not about the same price, actually.
But the butter brewer features a removable non-stick 4-quart pot and a removable automated stirring paddle with presets for butter, oil, and tinctures.
Mm-hmm.
Its primary intended use is for making infusions, but it has the versatility to handle many other cooking, heating tasks as well. The butter brewer holds more volume than the competition. Well, the only competition would be
Magical Butter.
Magic Butter Machine.
No, there's a couple, but yeah, that would be their main competition.
And there's no minimum fill line. Infuse your butters and oils perfectly every time with minimal effort. Set it and forget it.
It's $269, I'm assuming US.
Yeah, $269 US. You can get an optional stainless steel insert.
Now, I have a magical butter machine.
That's what I have.
So I'm going to go to the magical butter machine and give them a plug. Magical, because they have been really friendly over the years.
And you can add an extra strainer bag if you want. But
I got my magical butter machine from a really close friend that passed away here a couple years ago.
I got mine from a close friend named Marcel, who won it, and then they sent me one to do demos at the lounge, and then about a week after I got it, they shut us down. And then somebody stole one, so I have one still. And
I have none.
I have one, and I need to start using it because I can make stuff with mushrooms too. So, okay,
sure,
so
you could.
This is the magical butter machine, just so you can see the difference. Because the magical butter machine is the one that the go-to one that we've pretty much grown up with over the last few years, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones that were first to mass market.
Now, like I said, there are a few that are more percolators than the magical butter machine is like a what do you call them? A blender, basically a blender with a heater is basically what it is.
Yeah, the magic butter machine.
2 hours. You throw a couple
chop
pounds
things up a bit fine.
You throw your stuff in there, throw a couple of pounds of butter in there, and an ounce of weed in there, and you've got enough butter to make 4 batches of cookies.
Yeah.
Basically, and it takes 2 hours. But there's lots of other things that you can do. You can make candles in it. You can make tinctures. You can make oils. You can make perfumes. You can make soaps. You can make a lot of shit out of this.
Preserves.
You can make suppositories.
Yeah. Preserves, right? Oh, yeah. Medicated preserves. Oh, yeah.
I know. I'm thinking about wonder if I can get my grandmother to make me
getting hungry now.
Medicated mustard pickles.
We might have to make a short show tonight. I'm getting hungry now. Just the thought of making butter. Now, I don't know how well that magic butter machine would make.
On whether or not it would work.
I'm thinking that how about chocolate? Would it work in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannabis in chocolate?
No, bonehead, in that new machine.
In that machine?
In the butter brewer.
I would be very leery about that.
That's why I'm bringing it up. I don't know. But you could do chocolate in your magical butter machine, though.
No.
Why?
I would not. Because it's
Why?
going to get too hot.
Oh, get too hot. But you can adjust the temp on it pretty good.
What's the lowest temperature on that? 140? Fahrenheit?
I don't have it right in front of me. Butter. I'm going to the website. Temps.
And then it's a matter of how fast does that thing spin when it spins in there.
She's RPM.
Yeah, because you mix melted chocolate gently, not violently.
Yeah, that's why you stir it, right?
Yeah, and you melt it over low indirect heat, which is also why you use a double boiler.
Yeah, well, that would be the best way to do it. Would be with a double boiler, would it not?
By far, yes.
What am I looking for?
I don't know. You were looking at if you could put chocolate into a magic butter machine, or the temperature.
Well, if you can do gummies. Oh, mushrooms. Hold on. They've got a new section.
Mushrooms.
For magic butter?
Yes. Here, I'll show you.
I can bring it up.
I'm posting it in our chat thingy to the peoples. To the peoples. To the peoples. Hello, peoples.
To the persons.
To the peoples.
Persons.
Why persons?
Because it's politically correct.
Okay, Don Cherry.
Don Cherry.
I can't click those.
How to make gummies, mushroom gummies, 5 ways fungi can save the world, the Rossini mushroom and the way it's so good for your immune system, functional mushrooms, PSK, lots of stuff here. Neato. Sneedo. Cool.
Magical butter.
Nice to see that. Nice to see that. We've been trying to get the magical butter machine people on the show, and we've had them booked several times, actually. But
yeah, tired on a Friday, and
yeah, that's the thing. But we can pre-record now that Marcel's home during the day.
Mushroom powder recipes.
Yeah. Now we know where Marcel will be this evening after the show.
Nah, I'm just looking.
I like to get recipes from different places. Right. Darcy's left us again.
Morning mushroom coffee.
Yeah. Tea.
This isn't psilocybin though.
No, but you could use that.
Yeah. This is like.
See, I don't get that. How are some mushrooms legal and some aren't? I mean, like weed, all of weed is, you know.
No, it's not. Hemp's not legal. Hemp's not illegal. You can have hemp.
You can't grow hemp just in your garden, though, can you?
Why not? If you wanted to.
You can't grow it like you can grow weed in your garden. You can grow 4 plants in your garden here in Canada, but you can't grow hemp openly like that because there are regulations on the hemp itself, on the hemp production. Is there not?
Well, there's regulations, and it's a matter of acreage because anybody that's going to grow hemp is going to grow a large amount. So the regulations are your acreage. You've got to be so far away from residential or school or whatever. Not residential. And it's got to be less than 0.3% THC.
I watched something about that the other day, actually, and I can't remember what it was. I've been watching a lot of documentaries on drugs lately.
I just heard whispering.
That's Darcy.
No, wait, me. I just come back.
Then it's Dale.
I had to visit the little boy's room.
Dale's mic's muted.
Weird. Hello. Maybe if we all whisper, they'll whisper back. Hello.
Yeah. Why? What are you smoking tonight, Darcy?
Actually, I was smoked the last chunk. Actually, you know what? I don't. I do have a chunk of that hash left, Marcel. I just remembered.
Oh, okay.
So I will save it for you. I won't smoke it.
Sure.
No, I will.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Besides that, what was I smoking earlier? I was smoking some that tar pops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and what else? Some Afghani hash I got from a friend of ours.
I like Afghani. I really enjoy that.
You know what? It's really nice this time because it doesn't burn like fucking sand.
Who's crinkling?
Me, sorry.
But yeah, no, it doesn't burn like sand. So it actually has a snow white ash on it, and which is kind of surprising with hash nowadays.
I'm really glad you brought that up. Keep going, and just remind me. Ask me what I wanted to ask you.
Al, what do you want to ask me?
Okay. One of the first things that I learned is the whole ash thing. Okay, if it burns really white, the paper and the product are relatively clean. Doesn't mean they're completely
depending on what type of paper, because if you're using an export or a player's paper, it's going to burn white anyways because they still chuck a lot of chalk in there.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, what exactly does that mean? The white ash as opposed to the black ash to a gray ash. What are the differences there?
Impurities is the claim. That's basically everybody considers it's chemical residue from too many nutrients and things like that. But I've seen strains that, even having never been fed anything, will still come out black. Yeah. So a lot of times it can be strain specific.
All I know is that when I get some new weed, or even when I was, out of my product that I grew, the first thing I looked at was the ash. Like right now, I've been using our pals there at Canadian Lumber, right? Because they sent me a whole shitload. But I also use Gizzy.
Yeah, Gizzy, yeah. I like their blue packages, man.
I like Gizzy. I mean, every paper has a use. Okay, I've been using the hippie papers from Canadian Lumber because they were nice enough to send me a bunch, and I share them. I always have them with me, and I share them with people when I'm out. You need papers here. I think there's going to be a lot more of that this summer.
I use bong mostly, Al.
I know you do.
And the reason is well because I'm still young. Ha ha ha. But I find if I can really taste the flavor of weed through the bong, then it's really good weed.
I like poppers without tobacco.
Then it's not a popper.
I know.
So it's just single hitters.
Yeah, but that explain with a popper. Poppers are a very Canadian thing, northern Canadian thing, from what I understand.
It's a kid thing more than anything. High schoolers do it because it's a very quick head rush.
Yeah.
They take a small stem, down stem for a pipe or a bong or whatever, that doesn't have a bowl or not a real bowl. They stuff a glob of tobacco into it, and then they stuff ground up cannabis on top of that. So when they light it and they smoke it, they're getting the blast of the cannabis that's being filtered through the tobacco, which is great. until they hit the tobacco and it burns up. Then they're getting all of that as well.
And then they're getting a wicked head rush.
Right. And then because of that combination of the tobacco and the cannabis that was all sucked into their lungs, it all goes right to the brain. So it's a very quick high.
Yeah, and from what I understand, the tobacco opens your bronchial tubes.
It helps.
Right. And there you get a quicker rush because you're exposing more blood vessels or something. Right?
Right. And then you also get...
Okay, let's take this one step further, okay? When you
but that's also followed by a lot of coughing and gagging.
Yeah. Well, but if that's my point. If you inhale quickly, you don't have to hold it in. Now, I used to hold it in all the time, and I would literally pass out from asphyxiation. That's the only thing that you're doing. Okay,
but that's the way we were taught when we were kids.
Right. You know, it was like there was like, "Hey man, take a toke. Okay, now I'll hold on to you and squeeze your chest really, really hard until you pass out."
Yeah, that's just alcohol or oxygen deprivation.
Yeah, but we did stupid shit like that with alcohol too. You know, growing up, I'm a victim of the '60s and '70s. So you know, not a victim, but you know, I wish I was still there.
You survived it.
I'm a survivor, yes.
Right. The ones that do poppers, usually after high school, they stop.
I can't
or
do them
soon
anymore.
After.
I can't do them anymore.
Their lungs are long. Their lungs are young. Like Darcy still honks on the bong because his lungs are still kind of young.
Still kind of, yeah.
He's slowing down.
Oh, buddy, I tell you, at nighttime I sound like a fucking 80-year smoker.
I'm searching for a good grinder, a grinder that it twists nice and doesn't get gummy and stuff like that. So if anybody has any suggestions, let me know.
I do, but I don't think you'll ever find it.
What?
That grinder is. When was the very first Harvest Fest, Marcel, out at Gittins Lodge? That was 2010, wasn't it?
Yeah,
or was it before that?
After 2010.
So 2012, 2011?
2011, 2012, I think.
Well, then that grinder's 10 years old. And it still isn't broke. Every tooth in it is still there, Al.
I have this grinder here. I can't...
Tell you what, Darcy.
Yeah?
I'm gonna bring a bud. And I'm going to use your grinder when I come next time and see how many teeth I can take off.
You won't take any off.
I'll tell you what,
I know.
The ones I like the best are the mid-tainers.
I like the mid-tainers.
Yeah, I love my mid-tainer, but my mom kind of confiscated it.
I don't know where mine is. I think the dog or the cat hit it.
Mid-tainers are perfect because they don't gum up. Well, they will gum up if you
but they're easy
them.
to clean. They're easy to clean. Yeah.
Do you know the easiest way to clean them?
I don't like the one thing I don't like. Most people, when they clean their grinders, they're using metal or something like hard, right? And you usually end up with shavings or plastic or whatever in your keef. And I'd like to find something that doesn't do it. I mean, I'm finding with grinders they either grind really well but do shit for keef. Or the keef is really good there, but the screen's too big, so you're getting a lot of plant matter as well.
So here's the trick that we use here, because we have mid-tainers, and you've got to clean a mid-tainer every once in a while. And the easiest way we found is straight Dawn dish detergent, a few drops down in the bottom, put it together, twist it around, add a little water, swish it around,
wasting all those crystals.
The ones that you don't scrape out with your knife.
Okay.
Because you can never scrape them all out because each tooth is going to be covered in crystals. But then after that, do the same thing with isopropyl alcohol. And it comes out sparkly clean like it was brand new, and you can start all over again.
I learned a pretty cool chemistry experiment the other day in the sink.
Cool.
Where?
In the sink?
In my sink, yeah, when I was cleaning my... I was cleaning my bong out, and I put a little bit of ISO and salt in it, and there was still a whole bunch of soap suds in there from her doing the dishes. And
her?
My wife. And when I was done,
There's your argument for tonight, Darcy. You call me her.
Oh,
I have a fucking name, you know.
So you added some Dawn to it.
You added Dawn.
No,
Dawn works.
it was already in the bottom of the sink, and when I poured the alcohol out, the soap immediately vanished.
Yeah.
Like immediately, like quicker than I've ever seen.
Because of the alcohol?
Because the ice must just eat it. It was gone in a hurry.
So I got a couple of weeks ago. I got some sour kush from Good Supply, and it came with 2 Bavita packs in it. So I kept those, and I've been using them. And the package. This package is a little bit different. It's got a little tab. It's not hard to open. So I've been dumping what I bought.
Everybody else is into it.
Yeah, but this is what I got this week here, and they're not bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what you can get, Alice? You can get a Sea Vault. And a Sea Vault is basically, it's a stainless steel bowl with a top with a silicone liner that fits down and locks on.
And has a spot for your Bovia pack.
And has a spot in the lid to hold your Bovita pack.
I've seen those, yeah. You know what? I like these little packages because they're smell proof. And, you know, it I've got lots of jars. I've got, I got, there was a company that was supposed to send me some jars that have magnifying glasses on them, but they got stopped at the border. So they never, I think they tried to send me some product.
Focus Pocus is what they're called.
That's one of them. There's a couple of them out there now.
You remember when it was, kind of like tuna. There was one grinder.
It's not like tuna. There was one grinder yet.
Well, there used to be one big brand of tuna, and that was Chicken of the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's 50, like soups. Even Kraft Dinner, macaroni and cheese. How many different things? Annie's is supposed to be good. I think I've tried it once. Macaroni and cheese, if you make it properly, it's fucking good.
If you make it by the old directions on the box, not the new directions.
Okay, so
old directions were better.
I watch a lot of the reels and the shorts, right? Just because they're fun. So this guy made old school, where I've got friends that make it this way, where you put everything in the pot, including the water, and then turn it on. It's very and then you add more cheese, and it becomes very creamy, and
No.
Yeah, no, I can't.
I could not.
No,
I could not imagine boiling it like that. Because I think it would taste. Oh, I don't know, man.
I think that
I tried to boil hot
pasta
dogs and
would
crack
be.
in the water once.
But I've tried Annie's, and I like Annie's.
Soggy. Is it good?
It is good.
I don't like soggy pasta. Well, fuck! It's $2.69 a goddamn box for a box of Kraft Dinner now. For fuck's sakes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, here I've seen it like $1.49.
Well, when they're on sale.
Mostly at Sobeys, it's like $1.99 a box.
And then if you go to the dollar store,
the only one that's got
get
Annie's around here is Walmart.
You can get it at the dollar store or at Dollarama. They usually have Annie's.
Annie's?
Yep.
I've never seen Annie's at the dollar store.
Well, Annie's was a lower brand. That was, like a no-name brand for a long time. For a long time it was. Now, not so much. Now it's they've got some nice products. They've got the same selections as Kraft does, the different types of pasta and cheeses and stuff.
They're just much healthier than Kraft.
They're made gluten-free, I think. It's gluten-free pasta.
No preservatives, artificial flavors, or colors.
Say it again. Come on. Say it again. Preservatives.
No, even in England, their Kraft Dinner is completely different than our Kraft Dinner.
Well, kind of like McDonald's. Their McDonald's is different as well. The recipe
because they don't let all the carcinogens in that the U.S. and Canada does.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yep.
Look at that. I got a full jar. Smell.
There you go. Smell-o-vision. That's what we need next there, StreamYard people. Smell-o-vision.
I'm sure Eli Musk will come up with it soon.
So I finish my sexing of my plants.
Why don't you hold off on that and let's take a break, and we'll talk about
Sure.
that when we come back, and we'll do. You got stuff to talk about for grow stuff too, Darce?
I just always wing it every week, Al.
All right. Well, it's getting close to deciding time, so we can talk about that shit.
Yep.
All right. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back. We're gonna We're going to watch our commercial, and then we're going to watch some... this hour has 22 minutes, and then we'll be back. This is the 420 Radio Show. We're live here. I don't know where we're live now. Everywhere.
We're live.
I've been everywhere, man.
You know what, though? I'm glad we're live, because if we were dead, that would not be cool.
Hey, Mary Jane Baker. No, I'm Mary Jane Baker. Wait, can we do that again?
Mary Jane Baker, take 27.
Hey, I'm Mary Jane Baker, and you're listening to 420radio.ca.
You're listening to 420radio.ca, Canadian Cannabis Radio.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more. We've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
You want music? Rock, punk, metal, alternative music. The Coverage Radio Show has what you want. Every other Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on 420radio.ca. Hosted by DJ Michael Alvich, bringing you new and retro tunes from both major and independent labels. Only on the Coverage Radio Show.
Have to do that, though.
What was that?
Tell them that, because they can't fix a problem if they don't know there's a problem.
Who? What? What's the problem? Oh, Marcel's talking to people because he doesn't realize what we're on thing. So I'm going to turn this on.
Do you know how fast you were going?
420?
Do I smell weed in the car?
No, I think that's just coming off my clothes.
She only smokes because of her anxiety.
Did something make you anxious?
Cop pulled me over.
Can you show me proof of insurance, please?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't think that's a good idea.
You know, you can carry proof of insurance on your phone now. Why don't you unlock your phone and give it to me, and I'll find it for you?
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's so nice of you. See, I told you the pig wasn't a prick.
Hello?
Dude, don't use your phone to call your dealer. A cop has your phone. Oh, sorry, I'm looking for my friend. Wrong number. It wasn't you. Keep looking for your phone.
I'd like to remind you that you're speaking to a police officer.
Oh, good. Hi, I'd like to report a stolen phone. Dude, you found my phone! Awesome! Thank you, officer!
It's for anxiety.
If a police officer asks for your phone and you give it to him, you're an idiot. Your insurance is either in the glove box, up in the visor, or in the middle cup holder thingy. A message from the Stoners of Ontario.
Hey, this is Cheech. And this is Chong. And you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Woo!
listening to Lifestyle Radio.
Are you an independent musician? How would you like to have your songs played on hundreds of radio stations just like the one you're listening to right now? Join MusicSubmit.com and we'll promote your music to radio stations and blogs in your genre. It's free to set up your account, and we guarantee your music will be considered for airplay by radio stations worldwide. Why not sign up today? It's free. MusicSubmit.com. Radio promotion for indie musicians.
This is how we grow the weed.
And we're all muted. Everybody needs to unmute, man. Darcy's gone. I'm all alone, man.
I was just gonna let you just go for a while.
That's all I would have done. I would have been hello.
Who changed his name?
Who?
Who put Sarcy? And how come Dale's got his mic muted?
I don't know. Ask him.
Kids are running around here.
The kids are running around here.
You put me on speaker. I'll fix your fucking kids. Kids can run around. Darcy runs around.
Well, he actually technically rolls around.
Yeah, he rolls around. I'll tell you, he's a pretty mouthy guy on Facebook for somebody in a chair.
Who, Darcy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I saw that.
Yeah. 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 We'll see. That's a pretty big hill out your side of your guys' place too, you know. I wonder how fast he could get going down the bottom of that hill.
Oh, he'd be flying. Holy.
Oh, but with the amount of potholes, just making it there would just be questionable.
That'd be like a Jackass video.
Yeah, I'll just tape his hands to the armrests so he can't touch the wheels and give him a push down the hill. Yeah, it'd be something like that.
Yeah. Oh,
now, if he made it up the one at the bottom, that'd be something else. He'd be flying.
See, I look at that hill and I think, geez, if he ever had to push up that hill, he'd look like Popeye.
What the fuck?
Holy.
You okay, Al?
I think I fell down. Go boom.
It sounds like you've just finished eating a burrito or something.
A burrito.
Yeah, you were just getting rid of it. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so.
I finished
a show.
I finished sexing my plants this week.
Okay, yep.
So I started 10 seeds. 9 of them germinated within the first 24 hours, so I threw the other one because I don't care. It didn't germinate fast enough, it's not healthy enough. Transplanted those 9, but one of them I damaged the taproot, so it was stunted. So I turfed that. That left me with 8 plants. Flipped them to sex them, and 4 males and 4 females. So I pulled my males out, and now I'll top my females, and then I'll select which 2 I want out of the 4 to be my mother plants for my outdoor garden.
And then you said you're keeping a couple of males.
Well, I cut down 2 of them, got rid of 2 of them. The other 2, I like the way they branched. So I've cut them way back and trimmed them way back to next to nothing, and I'm going to turn them into little bonsais and keep them under 18-hour low LED.
Are you going to do little tiny ones or bigger ones?
Little tiny bonsai trees.
So
I don't want these things to ever be more than a foot high.
So you're going to sit there and show us how you're going to whittle them around? And
Yep. I had to go and get some wire and start training them, tying them down, and things like that.
Well, you'll have to show people how to do it, because I'm sure that there's a lot of people that are interested in the show.
I don't know how to do it. I'm just going to learn as I go.
Well, Mary Jane was kind of sort of trying it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how far she got.
I mean, right now they're sitting out with the rest of the house plants under the LED. So that's where they'll stay, and every day I'll just prune back and snip off.
Are you going to collect pollen, or just doing it for fun?
I'm just doing it for fun. These will be right back into. They're going back into veg already.
Oh yeah.
As soon as I stop cutting back their light. So now what'll happen is that as they go back into veg, all of the leaves are going to drop off, and the new leaves that are going to come out as a single finger leaf.
Yes, they will.
And that's going to happen, or that's going to last for about 2 to 3 weeks before the leaves start coming back out naturally.
Yep, they sure will. I'll still take one of them, Marcel.
What? One of the females or the males?
One of the females, but whatever ones you don't keep. Don't kill them.
No. I'm just once I cut the tops off, and then I know root the tops.
Yeah, I know what pheno. I know what what number that is, and that's why I want it. I don't want it to clone. I just want to take them 2 plants, and I think I want to shove them in my tent and flower them right out.
Do you know what, though? What I really liked about this, 8 plants all growing, 4 are all the same height, and 4 other ones are all the same height. The males, of course, are about 2 inches taller than all of the females. But
is it the broad? Did they come out broad, like fat leaf, Marcel?
Yeah, fat. It's on the fatter side.
Good. That's more like that fucking purple oracle.
Yeah, and all uniformly, like all uniform size.
Yep. No, that's like that purple oracle.
Yeah.
I like that strain. I like that strain in it, man. But I just smoked a joint of that dry ice number. Supposed to be number 5, but I found out it was number 7.
Uh-oh.
It's
God.
Really,
it
doesn't matter to me. Smoke is smoke to me, but it's the first time I grew the 7, and it's taste-wise, when I lit the joint up, the first taste I got out from it was the molasses. Like that sweet molassesy candy taste.
Oh, yeah?
And then on the exhale, all I could taste is citrus.
Oh, really?
So now I know why he says it's more the citrusy pheno. And the number 10, which I love the number 10, it's more of the gassy, pungent stinks. You just almost that stink that gives you a headache.
Yum.
I love it. I love that. I just love gassy weed. That's all. I love that gassy diesel flavor, but I'm starting to. I got a strain here that's I grew this time. It's called Tar Pops. I really like it because it literally tastes like brandy wine. There's no other way to describe it. It's just.
You're making me want to have a drink now, buddy.
Oh, it's very pleasant now that weed. I gave some to Marcel, so he can tell me if he found a different taste, or did you even try it, Marcel?
No, that's the only one I did try so far.
Yeah, that Tar Pops, it's really nice. I really like it.
I gotta stop coming up with edible recipes.
Well, no, I like your edible recipes.
Yeah, but did you eat all your squares yet?
No, I froze 6.
You amateur.
No, that's what I ate another one tonight, and then I ate a capsule, and then Carla gave me a gummy, and yeah. Whew.
And then Darcy got stoned.
Yeah, I'm really relaxed. That's all right. That it'll carry into tomorrow, which I'll really need it. So, did you find something to walk with, Dale?
No, I don't have nothing, man.
Well, then you know what? Well, no, we'll manage. That's what I said. We'll go a little piece, and then we'll stop and sit down. There's lots of benches around everywhere in there, so.
Yeah, and it's inside a stadium, I think, so there's always going to be lots of seating everywhere.
Oh, there is. It's fucking huge, man.
You might even find one of those little shopping cart things.
Park? That's
available.
where the That's where the ATV hunting, RV, and fishing show is.
Do you have another?
So it's very likely that.
Do you have another chair, Darcy?
No, I don't. I do at work, but I'm not allowed to take it from work. So.
Yeah. Maybe you can get a chair while you're there, dude, and just kind of wheel around Darcy.
Well, great.
I should be all right. I'll just sit down if it gets too bad.
That's
what I figured.
I have that problem too when we go out and do stuff, and I sit down a lot. But I've honestly thought about renting a cart to use for those things. Right?
You can get them little scooters out that'll fold right up in your trunk.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
oh, really?
They're dinky, man. They really are. They're dinky, and
little 3-wheelers.
Yeah, no, the one I'm talking about is a 4-wheeler. It's got 4
really?
wheels. Yeah, it's got 4 wheels. It's made by Victory, and the weight capacity on them is 600 pounds.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. And they're meant for travel, so they only got a 10-kilometer battery range on them. But inside of a place like that, it'd be perfect.
Oh,
I think they have them down like for lift and stuff like that. I think they have them available at the convention center. I think somewhere you can get one.
Yeah, we just piled everything on Darcy.
Yeah, that's what they did last year.
I'll sit on your lap. I'll sit on your lap when you come here for lift, there, Darcy. If you
they
come.
did though. I don't. Oh well. I don't.
It was
know.
easier.
There you go. Sit on Darcy's lap, buddy.
Yeah, that's what we did. Threw it all the giveaways got thrown onto Darcy's lap until I got my backpack.
Yeah. And then Darcy found out he got ripped off on his backpack the year before.
I know. I love my backpack. Listen, we got to talk about this. I have a smell-proof backpack, and Darcy claimed he had a smell-proof backpack too.
It is smell-proof, but it's
we could always smell the pot through Darcy's backpack. Darcy was just so used to smelling it, he never knew that we could all smell it. When we got to the show, Darcy said, "Oh yeah, I've got one of those." And he said where he got it from, and that's when he found out that he didn't get one of their backpacks. He got one of the knockoffs.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, cocksuckers.
And he paid more for his knockoff than I did for the original one.
Yes, I did.
That happens a lot with shoes now.
Oh, but it was awesome because the backpack is smell-proof. Then it comes with another bag inside that'll hold easily a pound.
My buddy's got one, yeah.
It's smell-proof. And then there's a small one that you throw in your pocket or whatever that'll hold about half to maybe an ounce. So 3 bags for the price of one.
3 bags full?
Well,
3 bags full.
They weren't full. I have filled them since, except the small one. I don't have much use for the small one.
What would they do? Would they line that with the activated charcoal or something like that, or what?
Yes, exactly what it is. They've got activated charcoal, and then they've got a really
What, in the
tight
lining?
zipper system.
In the lining, they have activated charcoal.
Yeah, the whole thing is basically it's canvas with charcoal and then canvas. Oh. And the charcoal is a sandwich in between. The zippers are all interlocking zippers.
With rubber seal on the outside.
With a rubber seal that covers over. And you can't smell anything through these bags. Because I've put some pretty dank shit in there.
Yeah,
and forgotten it.
Hey, not like the stuff you put in your pocket, Marcel.
Well, that bag, those
I used to be that guy. Hey, Al, you stink. You know, that guy.
It happened to me in the dollar store because of Darcy.
Oh, I've dropped a couple of bags out of my fucking pocket in line at Walmart.
He didn't drop a bag.
This didn't drop. He gave me a paper bag. He said it's not full of dry, so I'll just give you to this paper bag. He, not thinking, shoved it in the leg pocket of my cargo shorts. And went to the dollar store.
Because he was really high when he was at my house, so.
Yeah. So I'm in the dollar store. These 2 sweet little old ladies are in front of me, and all of a sudden one goes, "Oh my God. I smell skunk." And the other one goes, "Oh, I smell it too."
And
I'm standing there going, "Holy shit, I smell it too. Maybe somebody stepped in it." And then I turned my head, and when I turned my head, it smelled really strong, and I realized that it was coming from me. So the little old ladies moved along, and somebody supposedly had stepped in a skunk somewhere, and I went out to the car and got rid of the damn thing out of my pocket.
I remember when I lived up north there, Marcel, in the building. I come out of my apartment one evening, and the lady Jean says to me, "Al, do you smell skunk?" I'm like, "No." I went back into my apartment and just started laughing because,
Did you smell skunk?
No, I said, I was like, no, but there have been some skunks outside. So.
I do know one thing is I will be growing a strand outside this year that will literally smell like skunk. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to play out.
Did you put cameras up this year? You can put cameras up?
I never lost a plant last year. I'm not even a bud. And I think that's because I went around the neighborhood and gave everybody plants.
Mm.
I did, though. I went to this house and gave them plants, went to that house and gave them plants. I went to everyone around me, I gave them all plants. So I was like, here, if you guys all
create a buffer.
Well, hey, you got your own, you won't have to take mine.
There you go.
That was always my philosophy. If you got your own, then why are you stealing mine?
Some people are too stupid to grow their own.
No, that's the truth.
I got another video to watch here, guys.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Looks like a cop car.
I pulled this vehicle over for suspicion of cannabis use. I'm going to administer the new roadside saliva drug test. It's my first time administering it in the field, but I'm pretty confident it's going to work.
Give me a mixed box of Timbits, like 2 breakfast sandwiches, and some matches.
You know why I stopped you?
Because this isn't at Tim Hortons.
I have reason to suspect that you're on THC.
Oh, dude. I don't know how we got on the highway.
I'm going to administer the saliva test.
Oh, man, I didn't even study.
Okay, I need you to spit in the tube.
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I just want you to concentrate, okay? I want you to spit.
Dude, I think he wants you to spit in the tube.
Yeah, exactly, okay? I want you to spit. What the hell was that?
You told me to spit.
You said spit.
You're not even driving.
Yeah, it's a good thing, too, because he's way too high.
You know what? I'm just going to swab my own face. I'll get the sample that way. Wait a minute. What happened to my test tube? That's it. Out of the car, please. Hey! Stop! Come back here! Come. Oh, hit the brake! Hit the brake! Hit the brake!
Cool. Never drink and drive. And if you have to smoke pot, please park and spark. We have no idea how we're going to deal with this.
Hit the brake!
A message from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
I thoroughly enjoy
Park
them.
and spark.
I thoroughly enjoy them.
Park and spark.
Yep.
I like that. Spit.
Let's cough in everybody's ear.
I know. I'm so sorry. Getting over this stupid cold and.
How are you feeling, Darcy? Are you feeling better? You have to unmute your mic. There, pal. Flippity floppity flop. He's not listening.
But he's not going to say the same thing again when he finally realizes his mic is still on mute.
There you go. Now you can speak there, Sarcy.
I said, I find I'm still got a little bit of chest congestion going on, but I find cannabis in the first thing in the morning brings that up off my chest. So, other than that, I feel fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
I felt like taking another COVID test just to see if I was still positive, but I was also told that I could stay positive for up to 6 months. So.
What? Wait, back up a minute?
Yeah.
Really?
This thing called, I don't know much about it, but this thing called long COVID, they call it.
Now, the long COVID. Thanks, Marcel.
Pardon me?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep. So that we've got short COVID now, which is the Omicron. Omni.
No.
And then long COVID, which is the what? I'm kidding. Hold on one sec. I got to scream at my cat. You tell people.
Fuck off, Steven.
There you go. Thanks, Darcy.
Darcy did it for you.
Yeah. Oh, no, he got fucked off.
Long COVID is something that they're claiming is a result of having COVID. And it's causing neurological issues and things like that. A lot of these people that got COVID early on that still have a lot of these issues are still having these same problems. Omicron is the lesser of the variants.
Is it ever?
It's basically it's a man cold.
It's a cold. That's all I had, and it only bothered me for one day.
Yeah. So that's
It's okay. End of the month, we won't have to worry about it anyway. It'll all just disappear.
Right.
Poof. Done. Not.
But
yeah. No. It's not over.
When it first started coming out about long COVID and the issues that they were having, leads me back to an article, or not an article, it's a whole series of articles about multiple sclerosis. And one of the things about multiple sclerosis that was claimed back in the 1800s is that it was from a viral infection that basically triggered it. A bacteria that everybody has in their lungs by the time they're 21 is known as chlamydia pneumoniae. And that was then identified.
Yeah, I don't even want to know. Thanks. Stop talking.
But that was identified as the cause of this, of multiple sclerosis.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've heard of that.
All right. The long COVID kind of gives me thoughts towards the fact that, yes, multiple sclerosis could be a result of that infection, and that infection from COVID could be activating that chlamydia pneumoniae, which is causing neurological issues. Means more study that they don't want to do, because why would they want to treat a viral infection when they can charge $150,000 a year for something that can give them brain cancer?
Apparently, they have a lot of nursing homes have large outbreaks of chlamydia.
Yeah,
and it ain't from stripping. It ain't. The STIs in general are really bad in a lot of nursing homes because, old people don't tend to themselves like they should, right?
And they run around and fuck like rabbits.
And they don't care at that point. You're 80 years old. You just want to get off. They don't. I don't care. You got whatever. I don't care. I'm dead in a couple of years.
I'm smoking Darcy's rosin.
How you like that stuff?
Yeah, it likes to make me cough.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to squish some of this. I'm going to squish some of this Durban poison. I was going to do it during the show, but I got lazy. I got high.
Al got high.
Yeah, so, chlamydia pneumonia is not the same as chlamydia, your STI.
Okay.
It's just an unfortunate name that they gave a pneumonia.
Huh. How dare they?
But we were talking about this here the other day, that a few years ago,
coughing in people's ears.
Yeah, I know. Late 2018, 2019, early 2019, a lot of people here were getting sick with colds, really severe colds, and they were being told at the hospital it was walking pneumonia.
Okay, I've had that before.
a lot of people now are questioning whether or not they had walking pneumonia or if they actually had the first cases of COVID.
Really? Well, this was a long time ago that I had pneumonia, but
yeah,
I've had pneumonia. I've had pneumonia a few times in my lifetime, but I've been told by my doctors once you get it, you're going to get it again if you get a really bad cold. like myself right now, coughing
fucking
up a
Darcy's
lung.
fault. That's Darcy's fault.
Interesting.
So, walking pneumonia is an informal term for pneumonia that isn't severe enough to require bed rest or hospitalization.
Mm-hmm.
You may feel like
Usually
you have a
one
cold.
step above bronchitis.
Yeah, the symptoms are generally so mild that you don't feel you need to stay home from work or school, so you're out walking around.
But you're hacking a lot.
Yeah.
Hacking.
Yeah.
I'm practicing to be an old Jewish guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No Jewish guy. Fuck.
Yeah, probably closer to be an old Jewish woman.
Oh, fuck you.
An old Jewish woman.
Fuck you too, Dale, for laughing.
I'm not laughing, Al. I'm just smiling. I'm just smiling a lot.
Darcy's just picturing you in a dress.
Yeah, ain't happening. Sorry. Ain't happening. Did you see that underwear I posted this week?
What?
Did you see?
You posted your underwear?
The ruffly underwear. The picture of different kinds of underwear. It's actually real underwear for men. It's lacy underwear with package area, and when you want to wear the same thing as your old lady.
I'm going to your wall. I'm going to see it.
You commented about it. Chrissy commented about it. You said no.
Oh, yeah. No. No. Yeah, no.
Dude, I
thanks,
think you know.
You've posted something else that I thought was cool too.
Posted a lot of stuff.
No, the eye color chart.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what you thought about that because I saw you. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where I was in the spectrum there, and
I figured me out, but I forget what the number was. I figured me out by taking a picture of my eyeball. What the hell is it?
So we were talking about phones earlier while you're looking for it. I've got an A15. What did I say I got? An A13.
A13.
A Samsung A13, which is apparently really good for gaming. And I like it. I mean, I gave up my iPhone.
I just got my wife a new phone, and it's a Samsung Galaxy A3. 03, sorry.
Same thing, basically. It's an older model of this. But I'm liking it because I like Android. I mean, I miss my Mac, my Apple, my iPhone. It's right here.
I have enough to reach. I might have enough to reach.
Anybody want to buy an iPhone?
There it is.
Going cheap.
Yeah. Won't even turn on.
Hey, if not, you can use it as a paperweight.
That's what it'll be. I was hoping to, just be able to use it for pictures and stuff, but nope, nothing. It's dead.
So then you got a paperweight.
Basically, yep. I got a few of them, but I'm enjoying that this Samsung. I must admit, but it's heavier and it's bigger, and I got to get one of those things. I bought an OtterBox.
OtterBox, yeah.
OtterBox, yeah. Sorry, I had to burps.
Can I read?
I found the eye color chart.
Did you?
Yeah. I'm like the D37 to the D60.
I think I was around. Was it D7D? I think I don't know. Can you post it in our thingy there, and I'll put it in our chat for the thing.
I was going to share it first. is. Click on it.
At least these new headphones got fucking a long cord on them.
My headphones have a long cord as well, Darcy. One thing you have to be careful is when you're taking. Like I got a split cord here, and it's all.
That's what mine is, Al. Yeah. Down here, it's got 3 fucking cords. It's got a red and a green, and then a USB port.
Yeah. It gets all wound up in itself sometimes. I don't like that. But
I can see how easy that would happen.
I don't like the Bluetooth stuff. You know, they disconnect a lot, right?
My old that was the issue with my old headphones.
Did you find it, Marcel?
Yeah, I posted the link in the chat there, but it's a Facebook image link, so it's a shitty link.
I don't see it in our Facebook chat.
No, in our stream chat right here.
Oh, you posted that? Yeah, but that it didn't come up. Oh, okay, it was too long, is what it was.
Yeah,
it was too long. But you can if you see it and you put them together, you'll be able to get there. What's that, Darcy?
What's that?
What was that? You just.
Oh, I just put my dab tool back on the wheel behind me, behind my computer. Now I'm trying to find something for a filter, and I'm running slim. Real slim by the looks of things. Oh, no. That's about it, Al.
I think, you know what, guys?
What?
Why don't we call it short tonight?
Why don't we
I think A50 would be a cool eye color to have.
Did you? I still can't see it though. I can't copy it from there. So put it in our Facebook, please. And tanks.
Let me see if it works here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that worked.
That worked. There we go. Okay. About an A20.
Wait. A20. Oh, so you got blue eyes.
I got blue eyes, yeah. About A20, maybe even an A40. But I have to look at my eyes. Can anybody see my eyes? No, you wouldn't see them. I could move the camera.
Take a picture of your eyeball. No, I can't tell. That was just scary.
If you go and watch a girls' podcast, you'll see them doing their makeup. So shut up, Dale.
Well, Al,
we look at our eyes.
You go ahead and do a podcast with you doing your makeup.
No, I no, thanks.
That'd probably be more Darcy's line, anyways.
Yeah.
No. Hey, although when I was a kid, though, when I was 3 years old, my Aunt Helen told me to go get in my mother's makeup. So, of course, I did and had lipstick and everything on me. And when I come out, don't take offense to anybody, but when I come out, I said, look, Mommy, me Indian.
Yeah, but that was different then. You could get away with doing that. You wouldn't get away with that now. Now you get a spank on your ass for doing something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I still got a spank on my ass because I used all her makeup. Yeah. I was a bad little bastard when I was a kid.
I didn't get into my mom's makeup. I got into her weed.
No, I didn't do that. I grew up when I was 14 down in the field, and she found it, and she ripped it out on me.
My mom had a small place, 10 acres, out near Shelburne. And she grew, the first plants that I grew, I sprouted 6. She took them up to the property and grew them for me. But they got corrupted with bugs and stuff like that, so she cut them down. So I never really got much out of it. There were a few nugs, not much though.
Bugs.
They were climbing up and down the stalk, inside the stalk. What would that be?
Stalk borers.
Very likely stalk borers.
If they were in the stalk, yeah.
They were like when I cut the stalk open, you could see them inside.
Those are worms. Those are stalk borers.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, although, before we go, I'd like to thank somebody because they gave me something the other day, and they are.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, Marcel. I wasn't talking about you.
Not this time.
No. But anyways, he gave me some beneficial bugs, and those little bastards are ferocious, man.
They're awesome, eh?
I had one plant in there that was quarantined from everything else that had a few thrips on it, and I took them. I put the 2 satchels on it, and I stuck them over in the corner, and I flipped the leaf over today and looked at it through the microscope. Holy crap, man! Those little bastards are ferocious.
Right on.
So when they finish eating, will they go back to the satchel?
They'll go down into the. They actually, Dale, are them ones the ones that lay eggs in the soil, or will they go back to that bag?
They keep feeding in the bag for a while.
Yeah,
it'll sustain them for a long time.
But no, when they leave the bag and they go out onto the plant, do they go back to the bag?
They're eat. Oh yeah, if they want to. But if there's a good food source out on the plant, there's no need to.
No, and they'll crawl down in the soil too. Them ones will, and eat your soil-borne bugs too.
Cool.
That's what I like about them little bastards, man. They're awesome that way.
The Swirsky, Darcy, those ones are for the thrips, and the Californicus, those ones are the white fly and all the mites.
Yeah, see, those are the Californicus are the ones that go down in the soil. They'll go crawl down and around your soil and eat everything off, eat all that fucking shit. But the only thing with beneficial bugs is you gotta have fucking proper humidification, man. Because if your humidification is off, your bugs will die quick. That's one thing I found. My tent runs a little dry, so I got to go out and get one of them little 2-liter pop bottle dehumidifiers or humidifiers and just put some moisture in the air because it's only a 3x3 tent. Yes, it's 8 feet or 7 feet tall, but 2 liters of water vaping off in there would be more than enough, I would say, to build up your humidity. And especially just for veg, because that's when you want it the most is in veg. You want to keep that VPD the best you can, because if not, you'll get no growth out of your plants. You'll get a little bit of root growth, but you'll get no top growth. And that was my little blurb, Al.
Oh, that's your grow segment?
Yeah, that was my grow segment.
I have one question for you.
Yo.
When you put plants outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
When do you?
Well, geez. Depending on where you're at in Canada, United States, around the world. But for us here, I wouldn't do anything outdoors until the last frost, which is the first full moon in June, which I don't know. Full moon. Yeah, which I don't know when it is.
14th.
Oh, well, then you're the 14th.
You should pay attention to these things, Darcy.
You know what, Marcel? I usually just put my plants outside every year, the middle of May, and I toughen them up, and I bring them in some nights, and other nights I don't, and I usually never have an issue.
When will we be at 14 hours of sunlight?
That's not until June 20. That's the summer equinox. June 21st, I think it is, or 23rd?
April 23rd.
It's not.
June 21st is the longest day in the year.
Yeah, that's the longest day of the year, yeah. That's what I was thinking of, sorry.
You get a lot more than 14 hours.
Yeah, you're getting almost 18 hours, or no, 16 and a half hours or something like that.
We go back on Sunday.
No, we go forward.
Forward?
Yeah.
Cool, more sleep.
You spring forward, fall back.
Oh, I just want to fall. I fall a lot.
That means when you're waking up at 7 out, it's really only 6.
That's okay. I'm up at 4:35 anyways. I've started getting up at 2 now. So.
Holy fuck.
Well, I go to bed.
I'm already usually adjusting for the
I'm
time.
usually
I'll be
in bed about 9:30, and then I'm up at 4. We'll say.
That's usually that's us too. I feel old, but see, hey, I'll tell Carla. See, everybody's not Everybody goes to bed at 9 o'clock.
I like sleeping.
No, I go to bed at 11.
If I go to sleep at 11, I'm still up at 4. I'm not getting enough sleep.
Yeah, see, I go to bed at 11. I get up at 6.
That gives you 7 hours sleep.
Yeah.
I get between 4 and 6 usually, but I wake up in the morning, and sometimes if I'm not feeling well, I'll get really stoned and then go back to bed for a couple hours.
But see, I can't do that. I wake up in the morning. I don't wake up in the morning and say, geez, I need more sleep. Because it doesn't happen. I wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock, and if I don't want to get up, I might lay there for maybe an hour at the most, but I won't fall back to sleep.
No,
I stay awake.
You don't have diabetes, though.
I know. I used to have naps every afternoon. I miss those.
I don't like napping in the afternoon. I find that I slept too much if I have an afternoon nap, although I had one today. But I find myself getting, slow. It's also a matter of what's going on that day, and if I'm out all day, I'm not smoking as much,
Hey, Al?
No.
I'll tell you the same thing my doctor told me the last time I was out.
What?
We're not getting any fucking younger.
No, we're not. No. I want to go sit in my chair, watch nature at this point. That's all I really want to do. I'm getting real sick of the city.
I had.
Why live in the city if you don't go out?
Well, this is true.
So I'll go live in the country, and I'll go out shopping, and I'll come home.
Yeah, true. I have 4 different types of finches at my bird feeder the other day.
I seen a lot of red cardinals, a couple of gray ones, like not gray, but like a lighter gray, almost a white gray. I haven't seen any blue jays yet.
I got tons of blue jays. Me and Dale, Jesus Dale. Yeah, holy crap!
We get a lot of shithawks.
Yeah,
pigeons.
There's some pile of peanuts, man, by that lilac bush, Dale.
Oh, is there?
The shells there is ridiculous. You would think a squirrel had a heyday.
There's lots of them under that.
Yeah, and poor Andrew next door, because I throw out 2 or 3 handfuls of peanuts every morning for the blue jays. So I'll go sit in that big oak tree, and they drop all the peanuts on his side of the fence. They kick all the shells on his side of the fence.
That's hilarious.
You get them trained well, Darcy.
He goes out and he rakes up the fucking peanut shells again. Because Norman will eat them. His dog will eat them, right? So.
Oh, will he?
Yeah.
I had squirrels up north that I would play with on the fence, and they would go up the tree, jump up onto the roof, run across the roof, and then jump off the roof onto another tree, like leap off.
Mm-hmm.
And then just keep going because where I was sitting was between them and the walnuts. I think they were walnuts. And they didn't like that I was sitting there. But what I would do is I would leave them on my chair, and they would eat the nuts out of the shell and leave the shell there on my chair.
Yep.
And then but they started sitting on the fence in front of my window watching me when I would leave them stuff out, because I would leave stuff on the fence.
I got 2 squirrels here. I'm sure there's the same 2 squirrels Dale got down there. They're fine and dandy right now, but I found out the other day that they love tulip bulbs, so they dig out my tulip bulbs. They might get relocated.
I got one.
Don't have to relocate them. I gave you a list of recipes.
I gave you a list of recipes.
And so, I mean, I'm really interested in that squirrel confit with the duck fat glaze.
I have a red squirrel that drives me nuts. He actually.
That's what ours are.
Yeah, they're funny, eh? Like I started putting stuff out, scraps and stuff, and they would eat them. And then when I didn't, and they saw me standing there, be like, give me food. And then I look over, and he started taking the stuffing out of the back of one of the tablecloths.
Nice.
For his nest. And he would I turn around, and I'm like 2 feet from him. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And he's just looking at me. Then he'd run off, and then he'd come back, and he'd see me standing and be like, however they do it. I don't know how to do a squirrel sound. Sorry.
Harvest Fest.
Yes, Harvest Fest.
Harvest Fest is happening.
There's good news and bad news.
Uh-oh.
So the good news is Harvest Fest is happening.
The bad news is Darcy don't get to enter a cup this year.
Why?
No, there won't be
because
there's not enough time.
You need a year. You need a full year because.
Oh, okay, to submit growth. Okay, yeah.
Well, you know what? You may have had your grow 2 months ago may have been your best grow you had, and you just smoked it all.
Yeah.
And you ain't getting them to enter into a cup, right?
Yeah. I've still got about a quarter pound sitting in the trailer, in the freezer.
What we're going to do is, instead of having a cup, we'll still have some fun. So we may end up holding a little bit of a weed Olympics, where people have to.
Hey, wait a minute! That was my fucking idea.
I know, no, but it was also their idea too. So.
No, you brought it up to them.
No, I did not. No, sir. But there'll be live music for Friday and Saturday nights. There won't be live music during the day, which is going to be a switch, which is actually going to be nice.
I think it will be too, because now people won't get distracted.
Right, because we'll be doing the demos and educational stuff off the main stage.
Which Darcy might do a rosin demo, maybe.
Awesome.
If they need me to. Or speak, as I usually do.
I'll very likely do a hash demo.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, this is.
We're going to take Dan's virginity, Marcel.
What? Darcy, in all honesty, if I were you,
yeah,
I would call down and book the motel room. The accessible motel room. Unless you plan on sleeping in a tent.
Yeah, true enough. I didn't even thought of that.
I did.
How far is the motel from the site?
Just down the road.
Like not even 20-minute drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head, I don't. No, it's a small mom and pop one.
Okay.
Hang on. And is at Fox Mountain Campground.
Yeah.
I'll bring up the maps. It's on the Aylesford Road.
The zoo's right down there too.
If you look at the mom website, there's stuff on it. I'm sure.
Maybe we'll go look at some monkeys.
That'd be all right, actually.
You know what? The best thing there was the tiger, because she came right over last time I was down there.
Awesome.
Them and them Seika deer, they got a whole big herd of Seika deer down there, man. They're pretty fucking cool looking, man.
Are you looking for something, Marcel?
Yeah, I was just looking to see what motels were close to there.
Okay.
The closest one's like $85 a night.
Ooh. If and this is a big if, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I will be bringing trailer. I will be driving trailer, bringing it, and setting it up.
You coming out?
Yeah, I said if.
Well, start thinking about it, buddy.
No, there's a big if. It's a big if. And you know why, Marcel. So, yeah. We'll see. Also, if I've got a grow going, I can't. I'm not going to leave it sitting there in the open. You know.
That's why I have people close by.
Well, you've got your kids there. You've got neighbors.
No, I'll tell you, I've got great issues with Airbnb there, Darcy.
Oh, come.
Airbnb is when Airbnb came out, it was a great idea,
It's oversaturated.
But now the problem is people are becoming landlords and taking those rental properties away from people that need places to live and turning them into Airbnbs.
And
I get your point.
It's,
Yes.
It's also...
And their pricing now is up, in most cases, higher than what hotels charge.
You know that
of course.
the Inn on the Park here in Toronto, okay, which at one time was one of the more luxurious hotels in the city, is, I believe they're still housing people who were in housing or got COVID. They have apartments that you can actually rent in there, and they're actually cheaper than going in there and using the hotel as a hotel. But they're getting, I believe they're getting some kind of compensation from the government for doing that. Right? I know that they've got some refugees that have come to Canada there, right? And they set up shop. How long you're allowed to be there, I don't know.
But that's like where I lived in Truro. I had an apartment.
Yep.
Part of a motel.
Yep.
So a monthly rate on these rooms were way cheaper than the nightly rate of staying at the motel.
Well, because, I mean, I'm a firm believer as well that, you charge less, you make more, right?
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, if you want to use Airbnb, you can, but very likely it's going to be more expensive than any of the motels that are in that area.
What town is like 20 minutes away, sort of thing?
Well, it's in Aylesford, and Aylesford is a small little community. Just down the road is Greenwood, which is the Air Force Base. Berwick is just up the road. So there's a lot of little, small to middle-sized towns around there. A little further up the road, you got Kentville.
How's the light pollution at the park?
I don't know, because I've never...
telescope.
This will be the first time they've actually done one there.
I haven't been there, so I don't know how dark it gets, but where we used to... we should do that, Dale.
Go out there.
I should bring my telescope down, and we'll go out to where we used to have Harvest Fest.
Out to Rob's property.
Yeah, out to Rob's property.
No. I need to take you out to the farm because there ain't not a fucking light out there.
I don't have much light pollution out at my place.
And you're higher up to Marcel in elevation.
See, I love my telescope. My problem here is we have so much light pollution from town.
Yeah, we would here too.
You couldn't use a really good telescope at my place because the minute a car went by, it would knock it out of whack.
Right.
Yeah, you're not going to worry about that up at the farm.
Well, at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you're looking at 20 minutes, a half an hour or so, or more. Between vehicles, so you can get away with it. I just know that there was a mobile park up near Mount Forest because Mount Forest is at an elevation that is the highest elevation in Ontario. Actually, maybe in Canada. No, that doesn't make sense. But anyways, in Ontario, it's the highest elevation. Their motto, if I remember correctly, is high, healthy, and happy. And I lived there for a little while, and it was just interesting because you're up so high. There's a lot of parks up there that have astronomy weekends in September, when it's the meteor season and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Anyways, you know what? It's time to go, guys.
Time to go, guy.
It's time to go.
That sounds like fun.
All right, so say goodnight.
Say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Good weekend, guys.
Good night.
You too.
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on the Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.